Good morning there, DBF family. So we're back in the garage today, and we're back on the motorcycle table lift. And on last week's video, I asked you what color you wanted me to paint this thing. And it looks like we're going Honda red. I mean, there were some really creative colors on there. There was a couple that was pretty awesome. The people were telling me to put my logo, the flag on the very top of it. And I'm not that artistic. I don't know how to do that. And you know, it's a frame table. I'm going to use this thing. It's going to get scratched up. So that's probably not going to happen. But here's the problem. It is currently snowing outside, and the only place I have to paint this thing is out in the driveway. So as I was visiting with Jed the other day, he reminded me we've been building a lot of wide rear axle vehicles. The wagon, the lawnmower, the ATC 70, and we're always trying to, balance the back axles on this thing. So on today's agenda, we're going to build some extensions, and we're going to get to that pesky wheel vise and show you what we're going to do there. So let's talk about this wheel vise. I need this to be removable and need this to be just an open space from here on forward. So this is going to go away. I got this front wheel chock from Pit Boss. And I'm gonna make this a quick release, so it basically slides into a piece of tubing, pins, and then comes out, and that leaves the top of this table a nice uniform flat all the way across, so I can lay my material out, and I'm not working around this as I'm trying to fabricate. So let's get this thing ripped off. Ew. Look at all that oil in there. Gross. I went ahead and took my DA and I just buffed down the face of this a little bit and kind of cleaned up some of the grinding marks and just smoothed it up, so when we go to paint this thing, the paint job will be just that much better. So now that I got those removed, I'm gonna go ahead, build me a bracket to mount this thing and make it removable easily. But man, look how much better that is. So much more room for activities. Weld that to the table, and I'll take this one and modify it and make it fit to the wheel chock. Slide in like so. Drop the pin down through the top, like so. Voila. Let's get her welded on. So the next step on mounting this piece right here to this piece right here is I'm going to go down to the plasma table, and I'm going to plasma table me out a bracket that holds onto here and goes around here. So when this slides in and out, it stays with this piece. But I'm also going to build one that goes from right here to here that goes around this one, so it gives me some horizontal support off of this welded piece. So I'm gonna get the old poster board out and draw out what I need, make sure it's gonna work on paper, and we'll transfer it over to the plasma table and cut that out. But I've got to build a whole bunch of other brackets, so I'm going to build the templates first and then go cut everything out all at once. It can work kind of like so. I know it's kind of hard to make it because all the, scribble marks and whatever, but I think I got it figured out. So I'm going to run down, cut these out, and be back, see if we can get the wheel chock mounted on this thing today. Went down and I cut out the old brackets to hold this bugger on in place, and it kind of looks like, hey, you guys know what this is? It's called the A-hole. Sorry. Anyways, how this is gonna work is this one has a bigger hole than this one does. And that one's gonna slide on like so, kind of like that. This one is gonna slide on to the smaller chunk of tubing like so. This will sit happy inside of the A like that. This one will get welded to here and here. This will get welded just to here. This will drop down through the middle and keep it from moving this way. This one will support it from moving this way. I think it's gonna work pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead, get the TIG welder out, and kind of get them somewhat lined up and tack these things into place. Then we'll pull it off, weld it up solid. That'll work. Well, good morning there, guys. So, beautiful Sunday morning here. I'll tell you what, it was a good thing I didn't try to plan on painting this thing yesterday afternoon, because let me show you why. Turns out Old Man Winter finally decided to show up here. Yeah, not much, just a dusting, but just enough to where we couldn't do any painting. Yeah. But that's okay. We still got these sides to put on this thing. So that's on the agenda today, is get the sides put on this thing, and then hopefully within the next couple weeks we'll have a break in the weather and I can tear this thing apart and get it painted. I'm a little scared that my window for painting this thing before springtime is just about over with. So who knows, maybe I won't get to be able to paint this thing till springtime, but if that's the case, oh well, not a big deal. It's inside out of the elements, it's not gonna rust, and I can still use it. So anyways, let's get going on these sides. So this is a really good example why I'm probably not going to paint the very top of this motorcycle table, because this is where I do most of my fabricating on. So the bare metal is just a lot easier to maintain, and it'll create a ground through the system to the piece I'm welding. So the rest of it we'll paint, and I'll tape it off and make it kind of, look pretty decent. Well, as good as I can anyways. But that's why I'm probably not going to paint the top. But it's so much nicer not having that motorcycle chalk on the end of it. So I went ahead, welded these things up. These new extensions are gonna go on each side. So now I gotta figure out a solid way to mount these things that is only gonna be temporary, that is fairly easy to basically pin and unpin and take off the sides when I don't need them. Did you come over to help me figure out how to mount these? Well, get up here. Let's think about it. Come on. Come on. Oh, you're gonna help too? Come on. Get up here. All right. Turn around here. Let me figure this out. You two are no help. Don't know. Don't know. This is the problem with building things as you go. Yeah. I really want this to be clean and come off and on there pretty easy and strong, of course. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do here. This is really when you need somebody else here to give you a different perspective of things and fresh set of eyes, maybe. Bounce an idea or two off of. Yeah. My dogs are no help. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I think I can make that work. Just need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 8 of those. I gotta buy an arc droid. That's all there is to it. So we just got home from work today, and we're gonna see if we can mount these brackets that I cut out on the plasma table. So the way it's gonna work, one's gonna mount just like this to the table itself. Take a second one and weld it to the extension itself on the inside, and then a third one just like so. And then I'll have a piece of tubing that'll go all the way through all of them that I can just pin and move in or slide out to remove the extensions. And this will be the only one that stays in place. So let's get them tacked up, see if it's gonna work for me. That little fella. Live like that. Not want to weld to there. And this happy little guy can weld on like so. So I'll probably take and actually put a filler piece in right here and cut out a funny design, or I don't know, probably not. But anyways, you guys get the idea. So we'll go ahead and get these glued into place, and I've actually got to go down and cut 4 more of these because I didn't math correctly. Ever happened to you? Happens to me a lot. I'm not that smart. All right, so what I did is I pulled the one side off, flipped it over, and tacked the top piece, from the bottom side. So I'm gonna go ahead, pull the other side off, and weld it up, and this thing's pretty much wrapped up for this go around. Look at this over here. She's trying to decide if she can make it from the back of that snowmobile to that bike. What are you doing over there? Huh? What are you doing? Are you over here just exploring? Yeah, that's a pretty good girl right here. Huh, pretty good kid. Well, there you have it. We now have the extended version of the DBF motorcycle slash fab table. So I know in the last video I says we was gonna paint this thing this time, but two reasons that's not gonna happen this time. One, today is actually the first day that we've had the temperatures are about above 40 degrees. It has been super unusually cold here. To me, it seems like it's been cold. And it's still pretty cold out there today, but I had to get some sunshine, and so did the dogs. So yeah, that's why the door's open. So yep, not gonna get any painting work done this time, but let me show you another reason I'm holding off on doing some paint work. Look at that. Got the old arc droid in the house. So I got the coolest wife ever. She actually bought this for me for my birthday. So yeah, isn't she great? I can't wait to get this thing put to use. These things are awesome. It's gonna make projects like this, well, pretty much any project that happens here, you know, just take it to that next level and make things more efficient. So that's the other reason we're not gonna paint yet, because I still gotta build the table for the arc droid, and if we're gonna be painting, we might as well paint both of them at the same time. So that being said, I appreciate every single one of you, and you guys keep watching for this one. We'll do a build video on the making of the table for this thing. So we'll catch you guys next time.